Hello. Dusting the mic. Apologies. Computer wasn't happy. I think computer says yes now. Happy. Ooh, I'm tapping her. Do I need to mute the other one? Oh, okay. What about the desktop then? We need your desktop audio. Yeah. Here we go. Right then. Should be up and rolling now, everybody, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Seems to be a different thing each week that decides it's not happy. But I think we're good to go now, hopefully. All being well. So, hi everybody. Finally up and running now. So I thought this week I'll colour a page out of Fuzzy Meowvies 3, as you should have seen on the thumbnail. And we decided last week on the Mandalorian page, it was kind of a toss-up between this and the Barbie page, but this page won, and obviously it just kind of worked for spacetember as well, so that works out quite well. Because I've not kind of actually managed to, well, I've done a fair bit of colouring this month, but also not quite as much so far as I would have liked, so at least this will give me another spacetember page to tick off the list. So hi everybody, hope you're all good. Oh, so apologies if I'm a bit snuffly tonight and have to mute my mic once or twice. I don't know if I'm starting with a cold or whether it's just hay fever or what, but I just seem to have got very snuffly tonight. I'm wondering whether it might be the start of a cold, because I do seem to have got a bit of a headache. And it is the start of term, so, generally end up getting something, because, children are lovely, but they carry a lot of germs that they're very good at passing on, but then they're not ill themselves. So hopefully I haven't caught anything off my class, but we'll see. So I haven't really planned out too much for this page. I was kind of thinking, obviously, Grogu will be, greenish. Mandalorian, obviously, Mandalorian colours. And then I thought I didn't want to do grey brick, because if I'm doing him kind of bluish grey for like the metals, I thought I might do brownish woodwork behind. See how that looks. So I might start actually with let's start with Mando. Let's go with Mando first. Hi Jess, nice to have you here. Getting back into frame a little bit. Here we go. So let's have a look. I don't want like super duper dark colours, else you're not going to be able to see the different details. Had been thinking, although I don't think it's actually the colour that it is in the show, had been thinking of maybe like a burgundy-ish deep colour, I think, for the cloak. So I'm thinking probably that geranium colour, I think. So I'll do that first, because when I looked at the page, that's kind of what I pictured in my head, even though I don't think that's what colour it was in the show, but it has been a little bit since I've watched it, actually. We really enjoyed it. Has anybody else watched The Mandalorian? We absolutely loved it. It's one of those shows that if we're ever a bit stuck on what to watch, that potentially we might re-watch at some point. But having said that, there's an awful lot of shows that everybody says are great that we haven't even watched once, let alone twice. So you never know, we might re-watch it one day, because it is a good show. There we go. So yeah, this was kind of the only bit I had pictured in my head, was having that kind of that colour. So I might bring it in elsewhere on the page as well, just to balance it out a little bit, but we'll keep that as that for now, and try and pick some colours for his armour. I was going to say outfit, but that doesn't seem quite the right word for his clothes, does it? So I hope everybody's good. What's everybody up to tonight? Just chilling, working, colouring. What's everybody up to? So I'm thinking, what blue? See, my blue greys might work. I think I might go for cool greys though, because I think I've got a slightly better choice there, I think. So let's get a few of the cool greys out. So I've got CG207. If I can find it. And I'd say I'd use the 8, but that's not actually all that much difference. I might get it out just in case I want it while I'm finding pens. That's, there we are, CG208 and then CG209. They don't, I mean, I can see the logic in the names. It's obviously to do with like how grey they are and stuff, but it's like the boring names, aren't they, for the greys? CG209, here we are. Oh, okay, all right, bear with me. Let me adjust that, Jess, good to know. Crank that up, is that a bit better now, Jess? Hopefully, let me know. Hopefully I've not turned it up too high now. And we had problems with the sound last week as well. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, perfect. Needed to just tweak another setting as well. It's still a bit rusty after having so many weeks off from streaming. So, yeah. Feels like a very long time since last week. It's been the first week back at school with my class, like my new class, and that's great. It's lovely getting to know them, but I just forgot how exhausting it was right at the start of a brand new school year, because you know you're learning the children's names and they're learning all the rules for your classroom, and it's a lot. You know, it's a big jump for them going from one class to another, and obviously, you know, they try and test things a little bit perhaps sometimes to work out what maybe you allow and what you don't allow, and they're working out. They're working out. So yeah, it's fun but hard work at the minute. Yeah, still year one, so bless them. They've come back to school after the summer holidays. You know, reception's obviously very different to year one. I mean, I always try and ease them in a bit. You know, obviously at the start of the year, we don't go straight into full lessons or, you know, all day, every day, because that would just be too much for them. But still, it was just a shock for them just coming back full stop last week, and you know, obviously learning where their new coat pegs are, where the trays are, you know, where to put the water bottles. It's just every little thing. Bless them. It's obviously it's brand new. You know, it's new classroom and just takes them a bit of getting used to. But this Monday went much better than last Monday, so that's kind of all we can hope for. It'll get better each week. I have less things I need to explain, you know, in terms of just the daily routines, and then we can just get on with actually, you know, getting some jobs done, as we call it. Obviously it's learning, but so no, it's all the teachers I think always feel it at the start of a term, no matter what year group you're in, because they're yeah, it's just a lot for them to get their heads around. Well, it's all good. There we go. I don't know whether that, I mean, is that going to be the skin colour? Do I do it? Because I suppose you don't really, I might maybe do that like the fur colour, I think. Just add a bit of interest and have that being fur as well. I don't know what colour fur to do, to be honest, for Mandalorian cats, but there we go. So have you been, Jess, and anybody else who's here? Everybody had a good week, interesting weekend, chilled weekend, busy weekend? So I'm going to use this, the darkest grey, a little bit again, the CG209. Where should I put that one? Use that on these bits. And on here. So I won't put it in there, but I'll do this bit down here as well. I think this darkest colour. I think it's going to look hopefully quite a cute page once it's done, but don't think it's necessarily going to be the most colourful page. Well, then last week's page was super duper bright and colourful, so I suppose it'll be a nice contrast to last week. Hi, Saturn. There's nothing wrong with just having same usual sort of week though, Jess. Here we go. Let's put a bit of that there. I'll just keep bibbing and botting with these 3 greys in different spots, I think. Do it on that bit as well. And this piece. Where's my light? Was that the lightest one I just used? Oh gosh, they all look the same, don't they? I think this is slightly lighter. Is it? Oh, it might be the same. It's not a lot of difference. I think it is very slightly darker. Who knows? Some of these greys look so similar, don't they? What I might do is just go in afterwards and just add an extra layer on top of some bits just to deepen it up a little bit. A bit of black on here. So what's everybody colouring at the moment? Any big projects on the go? So that'll do the fur colour. Can't decide what that little bit is there though. Is that like to do with the handle, or do you think that's to do with... Wondering whether that's like the hand... Why do I don't think it did it have a handle? I can't remember with Grogu when the little floaty like baby bed thing that they had. Did it have a handle? I think I'm going to have to look that up because I don't remember. I want to say it did have a handle, didn't it? But let's look it up. Mandalorian. Oh, Grogu. I don't know. Maybe that might bring up an image where it's in his little... I don't think it had a handle. No, it didn't. The images I found, it hasn't got a little handle. It is just like free floating, which I thought it was. So that little bit there is obviously just part of what Mandalorian's wearing. Mando's gone, yeah, probably. It's just you can't see a lot of it, so it's hard to tell what it is, isn't it? I'll just colour it in some of the same sorts of greys. Oh, what's everybody working on? Spooky colour 2, buddy colour. Oh, do you know what? I need to get on that as well. Now I've got my copy. I need to... Well, I could do with catching up on August's bit at some point. And I definitely need to get round to doing this month's one. That's on my list, but I don't know quite when I'll get to it. Need more hours in the day, that's the problem. Make that bit a bit darker, that looks a bit better. There's a bit more difference between some of the parts there now, isn't there? Right. Might do this in, I'll use greys again there, but I will colour it slightly lighter greys, I think, just so it's a little bit different, because I think it was lighter coloured greys as well. So Spooky Colour 2, Sweet and Cozy Volume 1. Oh, that sounds like a nice one, Jess. What, have you got a particular colour theme then, Saturn, for your Spooky Colour page? It's got space, has it got stars, but it's quite a busy page, I think, from what I can remember, isn't it, for that one? I know I saved the post on Instagram, but I haven't quite got around to tagging the page in my book yet. I do need to do that so I don't lose track of which one it is. So let's have a look. So I've used those greys. Right, let's go for the cool greys. So we'll go for cool grey 2. Sweet and Cozy Volume 1. Is that a cute and cozy kind of style book then, Jess? I can't picture off the top of my head. Or is that one of the Japanese ones? It rings a bell, but I can't think what that one looks like, Jess. CG5. Maybe we need one more cool grey. Let's go for the really light one. VG05. There it is. Found it. Cosmic Jellyfish. Yes, I thought, yeah. Bright and colourful pinks, blues. That sounds nice. You can get away with nice and bright, colourful ones when it's like, yeah, there's lots of stars and all sorts, I think, on that page, isn't there? So that'll look cool with all those bright colours. Do the dark a bit. Around the edges. And I'll use a bit of the dark here as like a shadow colour. Cute and cozy. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen that one. Cute, cozy. 16 to Disney films. Oh, okay. Sounds cool. Right. So which one's the light? I think this one's the very lightest one. Which might go for here. I know what you mean. They do have to be careful about AI ones, don't you? Like when we're away, and you know, as they're flicking through different books, and straight away I was like, oh, I think this doesn't feel right. And then I'd kind of look on the inside cover and was like, I can't see an illustrator name, so possibly AI, because it just, there's something about the pages, isn't there? Like they look nice, but it's just not quite right somehow. Here we go. And then that. Right. Just mute you a second while I blow my nose. I'm starting to think it is a cold, I think, now. Oh, that's better. I have to keep muting myself a few times. Oh, okay. I'll maybe keep a lookout for those as ones to possibly avoid then, Jess. That's a shame, though. If they're themed to Disney, then that sounds like, in theory, that they'd be really nice. Right, I'll use maybe one of these greys just for this little detail. And do a little bit of the dark in there as well. Show it's really dark and in shadow. Might do is so it matches in. I think I'll use that colour over here as well to tie those bits in together. We didn't have a very well, we had a nice weekend. It wasn't exciting, but it was nice. I went to see my parents yesterday, so I haven't seen them since before we were away on holiday, so that was nice to see them. And then Saturday was off buying more bits and pieces for her daughter for school. Because, yeah, we'd forgotten, well, we kind of knew we didn't need shin pads yet, but we weren't sure when she would have like football and rugby, and should be in a few weeks' time. So we're like, oh, okay, well, we need to get her shin pads, and then we needed to get more socks. And then we were going to buy a few more long sleeve shirts, but of course they hadn't got her size in, so we do need to get those ordered. Like, she's got plenty of shirts, but we didn't buy many long sleeve. We bought more short sleeved because we thought she'd prefer those. But actually, she's quite liking the long sleeved ones. So we could do with getting some more. It's a whole thing when your child starts secondary school. It's been a very busy week. So now, of course, we're having to iron shirts, which is something we don't normally have to do. So there's been a few nights where it's like, oh no, we need to get these shirts washed and ironed because she wants another long sleeve shirt and we haven't got any left. Oh, do you know what? Cats are terrible for doing that, aren't they? Like, they'll wake you up because, normally because they're hungry. And then, yeah, act like they're the only ones that are tired. And glare at you sometimes, don't they? If you dare to wake them up when they're fast asleep. It's like, hang on a minute, you wake me up at gosh knows what time in the morning. Like, you're not the only one that's tired. Oh, it's I mean, it will be all right once we've got everything she needs, but it's just a bit of a minefield at the minute because, we've only got one child and obviously she only just started secondary school where it's a very different uniform with blazers and ties and things. And yeah, we keep thinking we've got everything. And it's like, oh, no, that's another thing we need to sort. And we'll get there, though. We'll get there. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Right, trying to choose some colours here. Oh, bless. Kind of got an excuse for waking you up rather early then if she's 16, I guess. Our eldest one, Luna, he's 14 now, bless him. And when he decides he wants to have his snack at bedtime, even if it's not actually all that late, he just keeps bothering us until we give him a few treats. Oh, that sounds like maybe not the most exciting thing, doing a bit of painting, but it's always nice once it's done, isn't it? And it's all neat and tidy looking again. Oh gosh, uniforms, it's a ridiculous amount. Before the summer holiday, husband took her to get blazer tie. It was basically all the school branded things. So the blazer, the tie, and all the PE kit that has to have the school logo on. And that was like nearly £150. And that was obviously not including shirts, shoes, trousers, everything else. It's ridiculous. Oh, Siamese cats are gorgeous. Right, let's choose a colour now from Cat Mando. Let's have a look. I'll try and choose a pinkish colour. Might go for powder pink, I think, for inside the ears. So that's not too pink, because I don't want it being too bright. Hi, everybody who's joining. Here we go. Yeah, it's not too pink. Pinkish, but not too pink. Let's try and choose. And it's a colour I picked up the other day, and looking at the swatch, I thought it was, I thought I knew what colour it was going to be. And then when I got it down the paper, I was like, oh, it doesn't quite look the same. Even though I've not left my swatches out in the daylight or anything. So I didn't expect that it was going to have changed quite so much. Might go for this colour, I think, the dark suntan. So it's a little bit deep, but not too dark. Oh, Frankie would be a cool name for a cat. I think you need to get saving though if you want a rag doll. They're quite expensive, aren't they? Bless, all of our cats are just moggies. They're very nice, but they it didn't cost us a fortune. But I do love, like, some cat breeds are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Like ragdolls, and what's the other one that Matt's another cat breed, isn't it? That's absolutely huge and quite fluffy, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. That'll bug me. It'll probably pop into my head like completely random later. Right, I'll try and choose some brick colours now, like sandy stone sort of colours perhaps. Oh, Maine Coons, that's what I'm thinking. They're gorgeous as well, aren't they? They're huge and fluffy. Right, let's pick some. Quite happy with our little moggies though. 2 bunker ginger ones and Luna. Right. Don't want too dark, but again, don't want too light. Here we are. Let's go for brick beige. That might be a nice base colour, perhaps, for the. Let's move those other pens out the way. We'll go for brick beige for a chunk of it, and then pick a couple of colours I can add a bit of details and shading with. What colour did I use for Mando? Dark suntan. So if we go for this one, if we go for sands, then that's not the same. Maybe that one as well, because they're all close-ish, so hopefully they'll go all right together. Three. Oh, Timothy's a cute name for a cat. Oh, that's cute. Maine Coon and a ginger. Ginger cats are awesome. Absolutely crackers. Must just be something to do with the fur colour, isn't it? Because I don't know as anybody who's had a ginger cat that's gone, yeah, they're absolutely, they are normally a little bit crackers. One of our gingers is definitely more crackers than the other. Like Figaro is absolutely bonkers. Monty's a bit more sensible, but he has his moments. So I thought I'm going to add. I'll use this basically for everything. I'll colour the actual brick shapes in one of these other colours, but then I might add a bit of texture in with the others as well. I can't decide whether to go across or I should go up and down. I think that may be easier. I know it's a bit hard with the big areas, isn't it? Okay, let's fill this bit in. The problem with the really big bits, you have to concentrate to make sure it doesn't dry out, don't you? Right, I'll leave that bit for now, and I'll add a bit of patterning in, I think, with some of the others. See, yeah, absolutely everybody just goes, yeah, ginger cat's bonkers. And yet other colour cats, like, nobody says that about, do they? Something to do with the fur colour or something, like in the genetics, isn't it? Right, just try and add a few random. And hopefully this looks alright, because I don't normally do too much with adding patterning in, but there we go. Oh, that looks alright. It's blending in alright, isn't it? I'll add a little bit of the other colour as well. And so far as of yet, normally Monty I end up hearing at some point in a stream. He comes pouring at the door. I've not heard him yet. So whether he's fast asleep and he's not going to appear this week, I don't know. But I mean, last week he delivered a packet of biscuits to me that he'd found, so we'll see if he does anything quite as interesting this week. Last few days he's been carrying a pom-pom round, pleased as punch with himself that he's caught this little pom-pom, but I don't know where he's lost it somewhere in the house. No idea where he's lost it, but he's definitely lost it because he's not got it, and he was pleased as punch with it. So he's obviously lost it underneath a piece of furniture, I'm guessing, and it's probably going to be there for a while till we work out whereabouts it is. Move it over a little bit here. Well, do you know what, Jet? There's not actually that many ginger girls, is there? So possibly. They're quite rare, aren't they? Like, usually if a cat's ginger, you're pretty certain it's going to be a boy, because I don't know what the percentage is, but it's definitely quite rare, isn't it, that the girl cat's a ginger. Right, add a bit of padding on this one. I love foil. Do you know what? Ours are absolutely terrified of foil. When Luna was little and we needed to, he kept trying to go to the toilet and not in his litter box at one point. So to discourage him from going, walking where we didn't want him going, sellotape tinfoil to the floor, and he wouldn't go anywhere near it. It did the trick. Felt a little bit mean, but it's not like it hurt him. He just really didn't like it. Do you know what? I didn't realise that calico males were quite rare, but that's cool. It's interesting to know. Do you know, I'm surprised it's that high, actually, Jess. I thought it was lower than that. Let's do this other bit. Figaro and Monty's mum actually was a ginger girl. She was ever so small, bless her. I think Figaro takes very much after his mum in his size, and whatever kind of cat their dad was must have been huge, because Monty is an absolute monster of a cat, bless him. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? Everybody else's cats really like foil. Oh, so you don't like it. They're like, oh, that's really noisy. I mean, boxes, obviously, they love, because, what cat doesn't love a good box? Shopping bags they quite like as well. If we get home and we're putting the shopping away, as soon as one of the big bags is empty, you'll normally find one of the cats. Oh, that's quite cool. So, male cats only need it to be gingered. Oh, okay, that's cool. So that's how you end up with a calico or torch. Oh, that's interesting. Look at us, we're learning all the science about cats tonight. Let's see, I'm just scribbling on in random places while the page is still a bit wet from the base colour, so I'm hoping it blends in kind of naturally okay, just so it's not completely flat colour. I think if not, it'd look a bit boring. Hopefully this is a bit of interest. Let's try and make, yeah, I think all the balls look even-ish, don't they? Right. Use one of these darker colours for in here. Oh, it's funny how they think like the wild hunters, don't they? They like find things and then they'll like take it elsewhere in the house and sound absolutely chuffed to bits with themselves, won't they? And it's like, yeah, you've found a receipt on the floor. It's, you know, it's not exactly a mouse, but it's just dead pleased with themselves. Do these little ones in the same colour. Oh, the sun. There we go. I don't quite know what to do with the sky in this bit, I must admit. I had a little look on Instagram. And lots of people have done like really cool creative things, and now it's kind of made me even more stuck on what to do. I'm wondering whether I try like a sunset or something, just so it's not a blue sky, but we'll see. I'll finish off all this brickwork first, I think, and so I might use one of the deeper colours that I've already used for down in this part. Oh, they're terrible for that, aren't they? You're trying to change the bed in. Especially, like I say, if you don't know they're there, you pretty frighten yourself and them, don't you? Oh, bless Lexi. I'd say she won't do that again in a hurry, but she quite possibly will. It's too tempting. It's too tempting when there's fresh bedding. Right, before I colour too many more, I'll add a bit of patterning onto this bit. Go. Right, swap back to the other colour for the next view. So I need to look into it because I've no idea how to do it, but I know my husband was saying apparently I think in live streams I can gift memberships, but I don't actually know how to do it, to be honest, so I need to look into that, and then maybe next week's live stream I might be able to give away some memberships for free to people, but I have no idea how to do it, to be honest, so bit of research needed there. There's all sorts of things on YouTube that it says, oh, you can do this, and then it's not always that easy on how to actually work out how to do it. Well, I'm hoping I can work out how to do it. I don't honestly know. Just know husband said, oh yeah, I don't think it has to be that people have just bought them to give away to other people. It's like, I'm sure the actual channel can give them away as free. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool, but yeah, I need to work it out. I tried poking him out on YouTube. I can't see where it says I have to do that. There we go. So it's not as obvious, the patterning on that. Let's see if I've got another. I don't want to do it super dark though. I might try and add a touch of that clay colour, but I don't. I'm hoping that's not going to be too dark. Just add a little bit. I'm hoping. Just want a little bit extra dark, but I don't want these in the same colour as well, but I don't want it being like super obvious. Just add a bit of shadow under his face actually. There we go. That looks a bit better. It's a little bit more obvious, I think, now that shading. Yeah, apparently so. I mean, he has just messaged saying apparently I can do it from the stream manager, but I don't. Yeah, because I don't want to go clicking on things too much and then accidentally end the stream. That's the problem. Is this it? Oh, maybe. Hang on. Oh no. No, I thought I'd found it, but apparently not. I don't want to go clicking too much while I'm live. That's a problem. See, yes, you say that, Mr. Womble, but that's easier said than done. Before anybody thinks that Vengeful Womble's being rude, Vengeful Womble is Mr. Puts the Edit on. So yes, I still don't know where to do that. So there we go. Stream, see, in OBS or just on YouTube, because I don't want to. The box has popped up now. It is, yes. Before anybody thinks that I've got somebody in the chat who's like being really rude. It is Mr. Edits, who's far more technical than I am. But I still don't see where this is. So no idea. Well, we'll see. Mr. Puts the Edit on might work out how to do it for me, because I've tried looking, I can't see it. Oh, there we are. He's found the button to click. I'll have to get him to show me where that is, because obviously he's found it really quickly. I couldn't see it. So there we are. Enjoy your gift memberships, people. Now, somebody else has worked out how to set it up, because I have no idea where it popped up from, but there we go. Yes, he is very useful. Bless him, he does all the edits, hence the name of Mr. Puts the Edit on that Jess came up with for him, which I think is a very good name. He is very useful at that. Get the little emojis. That's some of my cats. Eventually we might be able to make a few more emojis to add a few more of them on, but I think that's Luna in, I think Luna's in all of those, and then he's with, I think, Figaro in one of them and Monty on the other. One looks darker ginger than the other, so I'm sure one's Monty and one's Figaro. And then one is obviously a teeny tiny baby Luna. And I say he's 14 now, bless him. He's a good boy. Apart from when he's decided it's bedtime and he starts harassing us because he wants his treat. Right, now, because Grogu's green, and I want... Do I do that green or do I do... See, I'd say I'd do that like a sand colour to make it look like a desert, but then that's just going to be a very boring page, isn't it, with all of that kind of sand-coloured brickwork. So let's try and work out... I do want a green. I think I might go for one of these deeper greens rather than a really bright green, so it's a bit more muted. Might go for that deep olive green, I think. Let's try that for the... If I can find it. Oh, there it is, deep olive green. I'll try that for... Make them like grassy hills, I think. Oh, no. I don't know what you're apologising for, Dawn. That's just something I've missed in the chat, but I don't think so. Here we go. Right, let's go for... So I don't know what to do for the sky, though. I might have to be brave and try and work out how to blend colours together for the sky, I think. But... So I was thinking possibly like a sunset sky would look quite cool, but I've never actually tried doing that before with my alcohol markers, so that could be interesting attempting it. I guess if I tried a sunset sky and it all goes completely wrong, I can just get some a black acrylic marker out or something and colour over it maybe if push comes to shove. Here we go. Right, let's just add a bit more of that one, just to make that one a bit deeper with it being further away. Looks nice. Right, I'll add a little bit of shading and work out which one it is. Scribble on a bit of the scrap paper I've got behind. I think that's this one. Hopefully. Here we go. Add a bit on that one. There's my other lightish grey. Oh, thank you. I'm liking how it's turning out, actually. It's not the most colourful or exciting page, but actually, I think it's really sweet. And there is I love the Fuzzy Meowvies books, but this one, number 3, it's got so many programmes in that I haven't watched. Like, they're all really big names. When you look in the back and it's got... Is it in the back? I'm sure it's in the back, not the front. Yeah, and it's got the list of everything. Like, there's obviously a few things I've watched, but there's so many that I haven't seen. And they're all like, you know, they're all really big famous shows, but they're just not things that I've watched. So when I was looking through the book, I was like, no idea what that's from. Which, on the plus point, I can just colour it as being like a normal cute and cosy page and not have to worry about sticking to certain colours on those kinds of pages. I can just very much do my own thing. Because although I can look in the back and see what book it, you know, what show or film it's from, I won't know unless I look it up. So it gives me a bit of freedom, I think. Here we go. Oh gosh, I've picked this grey up and I don't know which grey this one is. Got a massive pile of markers all off to the side. Right, let's move the black out of the way. Right, this one was the... Is this the... Oh gosh. I've got more greys here than I remember using. Ah, that was the other one on there. Sure, there's a lot of greys on this page. I don't quite realise how many I'd used. Right. A little bit of shading here. Just a tad. So if you're a regular viewer, you'll know I don't like that is far more than I normally do in the background, adding a little bit of texture in. I don't normally bother with stuff like that because I haven't really got the patience. I quite like just using my alcohol markers to just block colour. I like see people doing absolutely amazing things with their alcohol markers, but I'd rather just get the page coloured. I know that probably sounds a little bit lazy, but for me it's just the simple, quick. And if I want to spend longer on a page, you know, I'll colour something different with, you know, pencils or, you know, something a bit more detailed. And these are just like nice, fun, definitely embracing my inner child kind of pages, if that makes sense. Okay, apparently I can gift another 5 memberships next month because apparently you can do 10 a month. So I could do another 5 next week. So that's cool. Maybe I might be able to work out how to click the button myself next week to to send those out. We'll see. I bet it'll be somewhere really obvious when he shows me later on. Oh yeah, you just need to click there. It'll be like, ah, okay, I was just looking in completely the wrong bit. Right, that looks a bit better now. I've just added a very simple bit of shading on there. I'll add a tiny bit of shading onto Grogu. Oh yeah, Lily May's books are so cute, aren't they? But yeah, they're kind of like my original cute and cozy sorts of books. That's kind of why I'm so excited to have a new one. I've just realised I've used a darker green than I should have done. Oh, that's annoying. Try and blend that in a bit with this. I was thinking the colouring didn't look quite right. I have to go back over that now. That's annoying. I accidentally used the wrong shade of green. There we go. Just to try and outline Grogu a little bit so it doesn't blend in too much to the grass, I think, behind. Accidentally picked up the wrong pen, which is a little bit annoying. Hi. Hi, everybody. It's just sent me a picture and it was like literally really obvious. I was looking in all sorts of menus, but apparently it is quite a simple button. So there we are. I should be able to do that myself next week. Now I know. Right. Do I do a blue sky or do I do like a sunset sky? I feel like a sunset sky would look better. I've not blended markers together before, so this is going to take a bit of thinking about to make sure I've picked the right sorts of colours, I guess, to blend to. Oh, gosh, I don't even know what sorts of colours to do for a sunset sky. I don't want it to be too red. I guess kind of orangey yellowish. Yeah, I'm thinking sunset. I'm just trying to decide. I don't know which sorts of colours will actually look nice for a sunset. I know it's not going to be, definitely not going to be any of those, so I'll move those out of the way. I need to be some from this swatch chart, I think. Oh. Ooh. Oh gosh, purple and orange. I don't think I can blend purple and orange together. Not for the first time of doing a sky, anyway. Orange and yellow, I think, you know, that should be doable. Just don't know how dark I suppose I could practice on a little bit of paper or something, or if there's, I think there's probably an empty page in the back, isn't there? I might be able to use. So it could be chrome orange. Chrome orange at the oh, maybe I put a tiny bit of the cadmium in as well. Right, maybe cadmium to the chrome orange. Oh, maybe apricot could go in between. I think I'm gonna have to find a little page, a blank page or something to have a practice on. Maybe that one to that one to that one. I want like a yellowish. That would be better. Maybe lemon yellow. And then maybe if I finish with that really light one at the bottom, perhaps. Oh, this is right. Let's see if I can find a scrap. Oh, there is. There is just a completely random page right at the back. Right. It looks funny, doesn't it? The scrap paper that's been behind. Right. Let's find a blank page right at the very back. Right, that's the very back cover. Here we go. I've got on this blank page, so at least it's the same sort of paper. Oh, bye, Dawn. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you. Oh, yellow, orange, pink, purple. Oh, I mean, that sounds lovely. Don't know if I'm brave enough to try that for my first one. Over like your light colour, over your dark, if you work dark. Okay. Oh, right. I'll have a try here. So I'll do a little bit of dark with my next one. Try to make sure I keep them in the right order. And this one. I'm going to be so chuffed with myself if I make this work. Equally, I've got a feeling it might not, but you don't know. But it's not looking too bad so far. Would help if I wasn't getting narrower and narrower, wouldn't it? Right, and then that one. Oh, so that's not quite worked so well on that. Right, I need a slightly darker one on the last one, don't I? That's far too light. Right, so what did I have before? So that one was lemon yellow. So we don't. Let's try summer. There. Right, I'll have another go next to it. Take two. I'm just not too happy with that. I think the rest are all right. Just don't like that blend there. I think that line's a little bit harsh. Let's try again. I have to make sure I write this down if this works, so I know I can do it again. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? And then maybe I could go to that really light one if I need to, but I don't think I'll have space for that one. That's not too bad. For a first go, I don't think that's too bad, is it? Especially, I guess, going round all of the... it's funny, isn't it? I could see myself going narrow and narrow. I was like, what am I doing? I wanted a nice big block. Right, do you know what? I'm going to get a pen. Not a pencil pen. Here, right. I get a pen. And I'll write down before I accidentally lose, or I might just write it over the top of it actually. YR 190 cadmium orange. Excuse my terrible handwriting. We've got Y10 apricot. Then YR 170. Ooh. Gosh, I really can't write tonight. That's one reason I don't normally write my name on the This Book Belongs To page, because I don't like my handwriting. I always used to. And then I reached a point where I was like, why am I doing it? I don't actually like looking at my handwriting in my colouring books. So I've not done it for quite a while now. Y030. And I could always, if I want to, I could always cut this out if I want to, or at least I've got it, and then I could jot it down on a bit of card or something after. I can see that, right, here we go. See that being useful now in some different colours. Right, so I'm going to get all the other pens out of the way so we don't get mixed up. Oof, right. How many colours did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. So I think that's my worry of like accidentally kind of ending up with a massive section of one colour and not so much the others. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. I don't mind if I run out, like if I don't use all the colours, that's fine. Oh, right. Wish me luck. Let's just go for it before I talk myself out of it. Get that kind of level there. Right. And the next one. Looking too bad so far. The funny lines you might be able to see is obviously from the scrap paper I've got behind, because I've got plain paper behind it tonight. I went rummaging through my drawer and found some old lined paper that I don't really use anymore. So and then this one. I might just about be able to fit in all the colours I picked. So look. And the really light one at the bottom. Let's move that out just so I can see. So it is a little bit. Oh, I need to plain. Let me find a plain piece of paper. Here we are. That'll help. Let's get a plain bit behind. It's a little bit stripy, but it's not too bad. Right. I suppose I can work back over it a little bit, can't I? But I don't want to do too many layers, else it's going to end up getting super dark, though, isn't it? So I don't want it getting really too dark. Let's just try again a little bit. I think I picked up the wrong one here. Oh, I should have left it alone. I think my pens have got mixed up. Oh no, it hasn't, I don't think, actually. I think it's just doing the second layer over the top. It's there we go. Let's do this top one. You know what? Quite pleased with that. Obviously need to tidy the clouds up a little bit, but it's one of my white gel pen. I find the size I like. They're too small. Here we are. Let's have a look. So I'll add a little bit of white on to... I'm quite pleased with that. It's a little bit... Let's try, see how it dries. But do you know what? For a first attempt, with not really much practice, I don't think that's completely terrible. Just get a bit quiet while I'm concentrating. I don't want to completely fluff up going over the lines. Oh, thank you. Quite pleased with that. No, I've never tried it before because I've always been a bit like, oh, looks like it'd be really hard, and I have a tendency of leaving backgrounds, as you can see, till the very end. So then it's even feels like even more pressure to not go wrong. So it's like you've spent ages on a page. You don't want it not, turning out how you want when you've put a lot of time into it. Add a little bit on. Here we go. Right. Done my usual thing. I managed to put all the white gel pen here, and I want to try and go over the clouds. I'm gonna have to be careful not to smudge it. Yeah. The amount of pages I've ended up with smudges on because I don't quite think about. I just end up bibbing and botting all over the page, and then go, I need to do here. I've not really left my self space to put my hand. I'll move those out of the way. Thank you. So I'm quite pleased with that. I have to make sure I remember I've written that colour combination in the back, because definitely use that again sometime. And maybe I could have a try doing what was it other people suggested, yellow, orange, pink, purple. Have a play, see if I can make something work with those colours. Right, I'm just going to have to turn the page though, because I've got all that white gel pen there, and I don't want to get my hand in it. I don't know whether this pen's going to be thick enough for these lines. This seems really thick lines. No, they're for ages. Right, can I find one of my acrylic markers? Let's try one of that thing. You think by now, Jess, we get the hang of just working in an order with the gel pen so that we didn't put a hand in it, but I just don't think, and then I just jump about and then go, right. And I should really then just put a page to one side and finish it all, finish the last bits once it's definitely dry. But if you're close to finishing, I always just want to get it done. I don't know about anybody else. I'm like, if I've only got to finish the gel pen and like the last few details, and then it's done, it's like, I just want to get it finished and then it's done. But then that's when you end up, fluffing up something that you've maybe spent a while on. You should be a bit more patient, but I think I get a bit excited to get it finished. So, what's it they say? More haste, less speed, is it? Here we go. Rid of the black lines on the clouds a bit. Soften these lines up a bit. Some people do some absolutely amazing things with their markers. I can't think whose channel it was I discovered in the summer, and they'd done like made a page look as if some of the characters were stickers on like a normal background. That looked really cool. I think they did a page where they looked like it was all like embroidered. That was the word I was looking for. Like all stitched and sewed, and it just must have took absolutely. I mean, it looked absolutely phenomenal, like absolutely amazing. But the time it must have taken, I would not. I'd get fed up. I wouldn't want to put that amount of hours in on a page. There we go. That looks better with that acrylic marker on, I think, just softening the... that's the one, cut and paste. I couldn't think whose name it was. Like, absolutely amazing pages. Just how they even thought of doing that, let alone actually managed to do it. It's just absolutely incredible. Oh yeah, sometimes you can get a bit like, yeah, I want to get it done, I'm close, and then you can end up rushing it sometimes and then regretting it a bit, can't you? But when you're close to the end, close to finishing it, it's just quite tempting, isn't it, to just go, just keep going, and then it's sorted, and But yeah, when you've put a lot of time in on a page, you probably should make sure we take the time in the last bits. But yeah, I'm with you. I rush. I've got a big. I still need to work out how to fix it. I've got a. I still haven't got around to finishing it yet. Been working on the little character page in Leon's journey, and I did gel pen on that bit, and then of course forgot it wasn't dry yet, and managed to smudge it. Doesn't look too bad actually on camera, but it looks so pink in real life. Like, I've covered it with a gel pen, but that has obviously, the gel pen's just picked up the pink underneath, so might need to try an acrylic marker or something and see if that works any better. But I was just so annoyed with myself. I was like, I should have just waited till it was all done, or at least done it as the very last thing, before I stopped colouring for that day. But I didn't. I was like, it won't take long to put the gel pen on. I'll do that, and then it'll look pink and pretty, and then I managed to smudge it everywhere. And you think I'd learn my lesson, but no. Yeah, it really would, wouldn't it? But I think the trouble is, you get like, yeah, I've almost done it. I want to get it done. I want to get it done, and then Although I'm doing all right at the minute. I've got a few whips on the go, whereas normally I only work on one page at a time till it's finished. Apart from like if I'm doing, like a Keep Me Cozy page on stream, but I have got a couple of whips on the go at the minute. So hopefully that might mean in the future I smudge things less, because I might go, right, I'll put that to one side and then colour something else while it dries. But I can keep my fingers crossed on that one. But I think I'm going to call that page done. So let me find a pen and write the date on the bottom. I never used to, but I think it was last month I started doing that, and I thought actually it'd be quite nice to do that, so that I'm not guessing when I did pages. Right, there we go. So that's nice, because I think, if I'm not oh no, I have done a page in this book already actually. I was about to say I think that's the first page that I've done in this book. I know I haven't done any of the title pages yet, but no, I forgot I did do that one just before I went away. So that's 2 pages done in that one now, which is nice. Probably my 2 favourite pages actually out of the book, to be fair. Let's try and do the title pages sometime. But yeah, I'll call that done. And I had found, here it is. So my daughter had been asking earlier, she was like, what page are you doing tonight? I was like, this one. I went, and I already know what page I'm doing next week, because we kind of discussed that in last week's one. I was trying to decide which book to colour in. People suggested maybe doing the Spooky Moments book, and I did manage to find a page that is space themed, because it has got the little alien spaceship in, so I thought that'll work for Spacetember. So we'll do this page next Monday, from Spooky Moments by Jade Summer. So we'll do that one next week. I've already got the page marked so that I remember which one it is that we're going to do. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I'm hoping that's the idea, Jess. I wish I'd started doing it years ago, because I mean I must have been colouring for about 10 years now, And I know when I've done some of my like completed pages, flip throughs of like, you know, all my Millie Marotta pages and my Johanna Basfords and, you know, and so on. I was like, well, I know this page was done quite a while ago because I can kind of remember doing it and I can tell from how I've coloured it was a while ago. But obviously, I don't actually know how long ago it is for some of them, especially as I didn't used to have Instagram. Like more recent things, obviously, I can look back on Instagram, but I'm not going to bother backdating things now. It's just from like August onwards. I thought I'll try and write the date in. Keep tracking that bookshelf app that you suggested as well, Jess. So that's helping me work out which books I've not coloured in a while, because obviously it'll, you know, I'll be able to have a look and go, I haven't put anything in on for that one other than how many pages I've done. So hopefully that'll help me keep a bit more organised as well. Yeah, I think it's getting into the habit of dating it. Like, still new for me, so it's not quite second nature, but hopefully keep reminding myself to do it. I'll just do it automatically and then that'll be cool. So yeah, we shall do this one next week. Obviously it'll be alcohol markers again, so it's easier to have a chat with people. So thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Obviously, if you've been watching me and maybe you've come to some of my other streams as well and you've not clicked that subscribe button yet, please do click the subscribe button because it does make a big difference. Oh, that's cool then. That's cool, Jess. Yeah, I'd have yeah, I said I've been colouring for about 10 years. So there's definitely an awful lot where it'll be like, yeah, there won't be a date for a while, but it'll be nice in like 10, 20 years. I'll be able to go, you know, be able to narrow it down a bit. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I'll hopefully, you know, maybe catch you next Monday. It'll be the same time as well as usual on a Monday night. So thank you for joining me. Take care, everyone, and I'll catch you next week, hopefully. Goodbye.